Welcome back to Heartfelt Homes. Today is a DIY video how to create an accent wall, and this is going to be a board and batten wall, so it's going to look awesome. So what you want to do first is take a stud finder and go along the whole wall and mark where the studs are, and that is where the nail gun is going to go into this. This is actually 1/4 by 3.5. So got this beautiful 12-foot board across. You can see there's a little bit inches missing there because they didn't have one the exact size I needed, but no worries. I have plenty of 8-foot boards, and I'll just cut or use a miter saw to cut off 3 inches here and just put it there, and use a little wood filler in between if need be, and just sand it down. So you'll see that later. Next, what we want to do is go ahead and do the same thing on the bottom and then the right and left. So we're creating a box and then start working in the middle. So the same thing that happened on the top is happening on the bottom, where I'm just taking the stud finder and marking exactly where the studs are, and I'm just kind of going crazy with it with a pencil because I'm going to be painting this a really dark color, so it's going to get covered up. So just want to do that. You want to make sure all the nails are going into studs, very important. And I do want to mention again that I did get these from Home Depot, and they were labeled as 1x4s, even though the measurements are actually shorter. If you are looking for them, make sure you look for the ones labeled 1x4s. Alright, got this piece cut as well, and in addition to cutting this piece, had to also just trim a little bit down below just because of the way the wall is. It's not leveled, and the way that the trim is. So let me just show you guys here. And then the most important thing is to make sure that what we're doing is leveled, and you can see it is. So it all worked out, even though this is just a tad shorter than this, but at the end it's not going to matter. What matters is that everything's leveled. So I knew that I wanted one of these boards right in the center. So the way to really make sure it is centered, if that is what you desire to do, is measure this whole wall, which is 147 inches. And then you're going to take the measurement of this right here. This is 3.5 inches. So what I did was take 147, subtract it by 3.5, and I'm left with 143.5 inches, okay? I know it's a little boring math class, but really important. So then what you do is take the 143.5 and divide it by 2, and that's what you should have on the right side of this board and on the left side. And in this case, it is 71.75 inches on the right and on the left. So I'll put that equation up. Hope it's a little easier for you guys at home. So for this particular plank, only because there is not a stud here, we're going to be using liquid nails as well as the nail gun, just to give it that extra strength. So now I'm cutting the individual vertical pieces that are going to go on the left and right. So what I discovered is the cut I just made was 86 inches and it fit perfect. And good thing I checked with the measuring tape for the next cut. It is actually 85 7/8. So it's smaller than that 86 inch mark. That just tells you that the wall is not leveled. Bloopers going on. That just tells you that the wall is not leveled. So what I want to encourage you guys to do, a super big tip is don't chalk them all the same size. Measure each area and then chalk them according to that area. So again, of course, the area where I want to put it has no studs, everywhere else does. So had to liquid nail it again to give it that extra strength and support, just like you saw before, but just reinforcing here. So here we go. This wall right here from top to bottom is 86 inches. So we divided that by 3 and got 28.66. So we put this first plank around 28.66 and then just sort of shifted it, and then same with this one, and until we got these 3 boxes to be 28, to be around the same. And what you really want to do, a super important tip, once you get it where you want it, just step all the way back and look at it visually and make sure you like it visually as well. And another important thing is this size was a little shorter than this size. So when you're doing these, measure each individual one. So what I'm going to do now for this next one is measure the measuring tape from here to here, and then also from here to here, because they may differ by like 3/8 of an inch or so, but that does make a difference, so make sure you do that. Alright, so certain areas, like when there's not a stud, you're gonna have to put the nail gun instead of like straight on. You're gonna have to do it at an angle. So there's certain areas where you want to do it at an angle, and those are the areas where there's no stud. This part we're not too worried about because the bed frame will cover it. So we're just going to add a little piece so we don't waste this piece of wood here. Aren't you so happy we didn't waste this piece of wood? It looks perfect. Alright, so 3 more planks to go here, and then it'll be time for the wood putty and the sanding and painting, and a little sneak peek painting at this beautiful dark, really earthy, it's a beautiful color. It's going to add a lot of warmness to this room, and the board and batten just going to add a lot of texture. You can see the laser tells you exactly where my mark is and where I'm going to cut. So safety glasses on, and here we go. there's going to be some areas with little gaps, so you just want to use a wood putty to fill in those little gaps. I'm using a white wood putty here, and it is paintable, and this is what it looks like working with Play-Doh. And you can see there's no more gap now. It's all filled in with the wood putty, and I'm going to let that dry, and then just you can go back and sand off the excess if need be. Alright, so now I'm just prepping it for painting. All the sawing and nailing is finally done. And something that you can do is use paintable caulk and just go in between these areas. And people do that just because where the wood is joining the drywall, it helps with the flexibility and stuff. I'm not going to be using any paintable caulk or caulk at all. I'm just going to be just prepping it for paint and painting it. So, but that is a step that some people do choose to do. So all the wood is up and all the walls are prepped for painting, and now I am just starting to paint, and ideally you want to prime first. So I'm using Behr Marquet. I'm using eggshell, and this color is called Calligraphy, and it has a primer built into it, and that's why I did not prime the wood before painting. And I do have my little helper here. You've seen in some of my other videos. And this room is getting a full makeover as well. And I'll post the link to that video down below, so you can check that out too. But this video just focuses on the board and batten wall. Alright, I think that looks good. It's looking really good. I'm really loving this color. It looks like black and navy blue had a baby, and you get calligraphy.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go.
Doesn't it look awesome? I love this color, and I love how it turned out, and I really hope some of you try this at home and just send me some pictures in the comments if you did. And just to summarize everything, remember after you get the wood and you use your nail gun to nail gun it in, you're gonna be nail gunning into the studs and then using liquid nails where there are no studs. And once that's all done, you're gonna take your wood putty and fill in the little holes, because the nail gun will create little holes, and the little gaps as well. And then you'll move on to caulking, which I did not do, but if you do choose to do, make sure you get paintable caulk. And what you're gonna do with that is just put it in between the gaps where the drywall meets the wood, and that helps to just fill in those little gaps, and also creates flexibility between the two solid surfaces. And I really didn't need to use it because we got the wood flushed really well.
Pacing back and forth, oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored, no, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in, just me, just you, lost in the moment. Lost in the moment.
And don't forget to subscribe to Heartfelt Homes.